everybody, it's beer and vinyl time again. We've got a couple more records to play, and a couple more beers to drink. My first beer today, we've had this before, I've had it before, Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout.
Lovely.
But you go into the local supermarket, Stones. I think we're doing a video about that one day, maybe do a little tour of it, go for all the beers maybe. That might be interesting to people. Maybe even interview the freaking owners, who knows? Let's see, we'll think about it. But they've got lots of different stuff in there, and it's quite expensive. It's like, they prefer the much smaller, really small breweries they go for, don't they?
It was interesting because I was talking to them, and they have a couple of local breweries from Walthamstow there, XL and Signature Brew, which I went to their places last weekend. But there's one called Wild Card, which is round the corner, but they're getting quite big, and even they were like, I don't know, you know, it's no point doing the wild cards things now because they're getting quite big. I'd rather just still promote it.
Stick to the small ones.
And wild card are small. They're just getting distributed everywhere, so it's like, it's so funny. They're like the underground beer merchants, aren't they? But I just got some local, not local, just. I suppose bog standard, just normal, but I've not had this. It's called Gem.
Oh yeah, Gem Amber Ale.
Amber Ale by Bath Ales.
I've seen that logo, the hair on it.
So,
full-bodied and malty.
Yeah.
Cool. Mad about our beer.
I
I'll lid for you. A bittersweet and well-balanced ale that sees the malty character from the Maris Otter barley really shine through. That's what a lot of these beers are having. No barley and not enough malts in them. It's all hops in it.
Yeah, all hops.
We've just opened up our beer box for our beer guys.
Malts,
for our beer guys show, and it's nothing but hops. Hop this, hop that, and it's going to be like So we're going to get these nice dark ales down us before we plough on to do the
not really.
The hoppy bitterness or whatever it's going to be like. This one's always good. Have you just snorted it?
Oh, that's nice. I can taste the malts.
Through your nasal passages.
What a knobhead.
You're so thirsty for a beer, you actually snorted it.
Yeah.
We had a couple of beers, a couple of drinks yesterday, didn't we? We had Dave over and we did an interview with Dave.
Loads of drink.
Well, it is hot. You got to keep hydrated.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Even though it's like a light ale. But this is what I'm saying. This is British old school light ale in a way. It's still quite brown, but
no kind of crazy flavours I seem to go for nowadays.
Try
a little drop.
Yeah, have a little drop. But yeah, it's not too bad.
Oh yeah, it's a decent.
Tastes like beer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
And then you could quite happily drink that all night on a session without feeling like I've had too much of that one now.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so records first. It's my turn to play mine first.
I think it was. Yeah.
Because you played.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I've gone with Kreator.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Renewal.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few people in the vinyl community talking about this one recently. I think Metal Mickey did his ranking of Kreator as well. I know somebody else, a German guy.
I haven't checked that out yet.
Yeah, he did his Kreator ranking as well. Yeah. And one of the things that was said in chat is that, this was a down point for Kreator. After this, we had the Endoramas and the ones that were legitimately quite crap. Yeah. This one, when I first heard it, I thought, what the hell are they doing? This is really...
me too.
But remember Mike White from my original guitarist of the band Suffering? He used to give things a bit more time, and he played it a few more times. He said, "No, listen to this. Actually, listen to it." And we sort of fucking started listening to it. And he was like, "Actually, this is kicking ass. Actually, it's a lot different." It's the initial knee-jerk reaction of like, "Oh, this isn't great. What's going on?" was definitely there, but when you give it enough listens, you actually really grow. It's a real grower.
I was the same.
It's been ages since I listened to it. So
I was the same. Like the down points for me initially is his vocals.
Yeah.
It's gone from more that fresh, screamy attack to this more like almost like spoken word hardcore kind of vocal, and it sounded really weak to me.
Right.
And also there's little industrial tinges.
Yeah.
But actually, like you're saying, when you hear it, it's not too bad at all.
Yeah, I think it's quite a banger. It's not your typical Kreator.
Yeah.
What's your album anyway?
Your album, Well, you won't particularly like this, but I was always interested because when we were talking about, I can't remember, we were talking about Doom.
Yeah.
And I said that this punk album had arguably one of the first Doom sides.
Right.
One side of the album is quite doomy. It came out in '83, so it would have been, and it completely put all the punks off because obviously they're known as a fast punk band, and then they did this album called...
Quite experimental for them.
Yeah,
then.
Black Flag, My War.
Okay.
From 1983. So
side 2's only got 3 tracks compared to side 1's 6.
Yeah, because all the side 1 is all sort of fast songs. It's still interesting and quite quirky, this album. They changed from a all-out sort of hardcore attack to being a little bit quirky. The second side is all slow
Henry
songs.
Rollins,
Yeah, Henry Rollins.
Okay, that's interesting. Right, so let's kick off with mine first then.
Yeah.
I'll let you bung that on the off. We still haven't bought the bloody World Record clip.
Oh yeah.
Sorry guys. I know it's decided to destroy the table now.
Destroy. It's metal.
That's my headphones, mate. That's my
£1 million headphones.
Well, no, not quite that much. If anyone wants to
They're
sponsor,
not fancy though.
If anyone wants to sponsor my channel, I'm quite happy to buy some £1 million headphones. If right, so what's the Noise International 1992 by the looks of it. Side 1 we've got Winter Material, which I remember well, and Renewal, I remember that one as well. Those are Europe After the Rain from side B, I remember pretty well. But
quite political.
There's a few in, there's a few in there that I don't remember quite so well. No lyric sheet, unfortunately, just a plastic, sleeve actually. No no internal information sheet or anything, which is quite sad actually. Interesting artwork.
Who's
as
in
well.
the band in that?
Rob Fioretti, I don't remember him. Billy Petrosa, of course, guitars, vocals. Frank Gosdick and Jorgen Venter.
Yeah,
Venter
the classic too.
Yeah,
from the original.
Venter and Petrosa, really.
I think that's a new guitarist because I think it was at Wolf or whatever his name was. Yeah. Oh, turn it on. Might help.
Right, let's see. Taking its time. Okay. Yeah. Right, let's have the old thing. Right. Now, for me, it was like to do with that memory of listening to it. So it's so long since I listened to it, but Winter Material Renewal. Actually, Winter Material went on a bit long before it actually kicks in. I thought. Yeah, even longer than I remembered.
Yeah.
But and also, like, we don't play it that super loud. I remember we used to play it with my mate Mike's. The fucking room would shake.
Yeah.
It would be that loud. It was just kind of like you got it in your soul, kind of thing. It was blasting that deep. But Winter Material and the way it goes straight into Renewal
is really cool.
Yeah, really cool. And Reflection, the third track, I didn't even remember it, and it didn't do anything for me. It was a bit of a plodder, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A bit of a boring plodder. Then in the fourth song, Brain Seed, I didn't remember that well either, but it was a fast one. And I think if I'd listened to it a few more times again, that would, I'd enjoy that one as well.
But yeah, it's that weird industrial.
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah. But yeah, overall, a still pretty decent album.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the 2 tracks at the start off were definitely really good. Reflection was a bit so-so. Brain Seed. So it wasn't as memorable in my head, but still I reckon it'd be one that if I listened to it a few more times, it'd be a grower again.
I think my thought so far though is like, I'm still not, you get used to the vocal. I can't say I prefer his much more freshy screaming style vocal.
That's what you're known for. That's what you're known for most, isn't it? So you can't get that out of your head.
I can't remember what I said, but like I've got this Kreator DVD from a live concert. It has all their videos.
Yeah.
So when you go through the videos and you hit Renewal, it's much more shocking hearing his vocals. Like you're like, what's he doing? But, and the drums are
such a big change.
The drums are probably too loud, really. They're very loud.
Sound as well, haven't they? The drums don't sound like your normal drum sound either. They sound like they're fucking
really up front. The drums.
Yeah.
Good, cool stuff though.
Yeah, not bad. Glad to have listened to it again for at least the first half. The second half, Karmic Will. I think Karmic Will and Europe After the Rain, but I can't remember Karmic Will. But I got a feeling I liked it back in the day anyway.
Sure,
but we'll soon find out. We were just discussing as well. We need to sort out our speakers in this room a bit because this is a crappy old stereo we've got in here.
Yeah,
crappy old speakers that aren't even sort of on either side of the room. They're just like there and there in front of me. So how we can hear it probably not even through one ear. I'm not too sure. Anyway, it's a Karmic Will kicking off.
Take it up a bit, a tiny bit.
Yeah. Takes time to start, doesn't it? Like it's got, there we go. Tribal.
Have a tribal sound.
Okay, all right. Right, that was not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Europe After the Rain, fucking banger. You was thinking, you was remembering it was slow.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Kicks right in. He
Yeah,
got some real
it's
fucking aggro in his vocals on that one.
Yeah.
It really fucking powers it home.
Yeah.
Then there's like a slower section in the middle with some like talking.
Yeah, I
like,
probably remembered that or something.
yeah, maybe that was a bit.
Yeah.
And then it goes back into the fast bit. And that Europe After definitely the best track on the whole album, I reckon.
Possibly,
I think so. I enjoyed Winning My Team and Renewal in the first half, but it didn't seem as fast as I remembered them. I thought I remembered them being faster.
Rainsuit was quick.
Rain, I don't, but let's talk about this though. The comic wheel, I didn't remember it. A couple of bits came and I remembered it. It was like, okay, it didn't grab me again. Like maybe a few more listens and it'll get to me. Then this reality control is just like a noise, isn't it? It's a bit of noise for a bit, yeah. 0 to None, I've forgotten it already. So there was a chorus that I kind of, I remember this bit, but it didn't like grab me at all or bring back any memories. But then Europe After the Rain, absolute solid banger actually, that's right. Fucking really kicks in, fucking, and the way he comes, it's like he's grabbing you by the shirt and just shouting in your face. He's like really delivering the harshness.
It's funny because I've been complaining about the focus, but actually the focus are like, it's gonna explode.
And then he went on to Depression and Unrest, which is a bit of a slow one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then like it seemed to me like it was trying to do something, but didn't quite do anything that was.
You can definitely tell on this album that they are trying new stuff. I think it is one of the most experimental albums.
Yeah, and the fact that it was that was what fucking made it so weird when it first came out, and my people didn't like it. It was like, what the hell are they doing here? But even like the sound, the guitar tone, the blinky drum sound, that sounds different. Like
really loud.
Yeah, and also to me it sounds like more mechanical or something. Like it could be a drum machine or something like that. It doesn't necessarily sound like
industrial.
Yeah, the industrial sound to it. Wasn't there one of them that had the right industrial bit in it? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that one.
Reality's Control.
And Brainseed had the like a metal.
The beginning. So I'd say.
Pretty good album though.
Three good tracks, and Winning My Team and Renewal, although they weren't as fast as I remembered them, I still quite enjoyed them. I know that it wouldn't take me long to get back into them again.
Renewal's a great track, isn't it? It's just like...
Europe After the Rain, absolute fucking solid banger, but the rest of side B was like, there's a couple of bits that I remember, that, some of it's too plodding though, you know? I think if it's like, you crank up the volume, crank up the volume and you'd probably enjoy it. But if you want just for pure enjoyment, there's 3 tracks on there, definitely good. Brainseed I can quite easily get back into again because it was a nice fast one. And possibly Karmic Wheel 0 to None, I think maybe I'd get back into them again. I can't remember them even from when I used to play the album in the past, but you know, fucking too many beers and too many brain cells, too much headbanging and beer since then.
Too many years gone by.
Too many years, too many beers.
Yeah.
Right, next beer.
Yep.
We drank the first one so quickly, we were like, we must try and save some for the second half of the album. Well, I've got the old oatmeal stout again from Samuel Smith's, the old brewery in Tadcaster. Sounds rude.
I got Arrow Wayne, which is the wonderful Witchwood Brewery. They have the best bottles. The best bottles.
You're drinking out your hobgoblin glass as well.
I am.
That's quite low alcohol, 3.6.
Yeah, it's quite low, which is probably wise.
Probably good for the.
And do you want to read the back? Because I've not had this one. I'm interested in what it says.
A crisp, zesty nose with light aromas of pine and dried fruit. A golden glow and delicate dry finish that will lead you back to the bar.
So it's a light ale, but I guarantee you, I will like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've yet to taste something from Witchwood that I enjoy. Even the ciders are now, which you know.
And the ginger beer.
Yeah.
The ginger beer is really good.
I can't remember the ginger beer. I'm pretty sure I had it.
Green Dragon is so good.
Yeah.
It's better than the crabbies or crappies as they call it.
Yeah. I love their what's that? The Hobgoblin T-shirt. Are you afraid of tasting something, Lager Boy, or whatever it is?
I've got it. I've actually got that.
Is that the actual phrase?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, you're afraid of Lager Boy. You might taste something or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like...
It's definitely true.
Yeah.
You get much...
I've got a Christmas Hobgoblin shirt and I can't remember what's on it, but it's pretty funny.
I'm jealous, man. I want a Hobgoblin shirt.
Yeah.
I've got a couple.
I
actually had a this is nowhere near quite as good as a Hobgoblin shirt, but I had a Newcastle Brown Ale shirt once.
Okay.
Because I used to drink a lot of Newcastle Brown back in the Brandy Club.
I did a little bit.
And you collected like 20 fucking caps or something, and you could send off for a T-shirt.
Well, that's what Witchwood did. That's what Witchwood did. It's probably how I got the T-shirts. I can't remember. Right.
Time to change up.
Yeah. Let's get
that's fucking nice, man.
Yours.
That's a nice little taster I've just got there.
Right, so this is...
Let's have the sleeve for that, mate. It's on your side.
Oh, yeah, there it is. So, yeah, you know,
So
what can I tell you? You're not going to like it.
Henry Rollins punk.
I don't know.
Or hardcore, yeah.
Yeah,
Hardcore punk.
No one sounds like Black Flag around this time because they were slowing up a bit, incorporating more sort of a metal style, but it's almost quirky sounding, like strange little time signatures and Henry Rollins screaming his head off.
Right.
But like I say, I wanted to play this album primarily for the B-side.
I know Henry Rollins more as an actor and TV presenter.
Yeah, I know, he's great.
But he does seem quite good in those
stand up,
roles,
I've seen him stand up.
yeah.
He's amazing.
He does a talking show, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Stand up and a spoken word, isn't it?
Yeah, well that's basically what it is. I see him at the Barbican, he was brilliant. I love that guy. He's so inspirational.
He seems like an intense and interesting guy.
Very, very.
Also a guy whose pint I wouldn't want to spill.
Yeah. He was a nightmare when he was young. For fucking
violence.
Well, yeah, but you know, people would piss him off, and he'd get violent. But actually, he would also, because he's always been pretty smart, he would outsmart people with violence and freak people out that way.
So it's psych him out rather than
a lot of time.
Fighting.
But he complains a lot about his anger.
Yeah.
That he has anger problems. But he's a lovely guy. I mean, he really is, honestly.
He seems decent enough for what I've seen of him. Anyway, this is his music. We're not here to talk about the geezer.
Yeah.
That is a weird tone to start off with.
Yeah, a super weird tone. You know? I love My War. This track is awesome.
Okay.
That's weird, isn't it?
I've never listened to Black Flag before, and that was an introduction. I don't know what I expected it to sound like, but it certainly wasn't that.
Yeah, I mean, that last song is a bit.
Yeah, but all in all, it was a bit weird.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah,
isn't it weird?
I was expecting like straightforward fucking balls to the wall, fucking 100 miles per hour kind of punk. But it was like the first song sounded like fucking some jazz fusion going on. So some weird. The last song sounded like it was made up on the spot almost.
Yeah.
It was different, and I couldn't. You said this is the one where the punk started turning against them, and they didn't give a shit. You said,
I mean,
but you can possibly see why. I mean, there was a lot of like there'd be a little fast bit, then it would go into a slow jammy kind of bit, and it did that seem to bleed over
quirky
and over.
jazzy bits.
Yeah, over and over again.
Tempo changes and stuff. Yeah, interesting. Like we were saying that. Like it's weird because the previous album Damage was a full-on punk fucking assault, but it's not like they're selling out. It don't sound like anything else, does it?
Doesn't sound like they're trying to be like someone else. No.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's bizarre, isn't it?
In some respects, it sounds like they don't know how to play the fucking instruments, so they're just fucking arsing about like. There is definitely an element of that sound to it. And then you've got him just sort of shouting and hollering over the top of it, and but not even that. I don't know. So it's quite intense his vocals, but
not as intense as Damage. But he was trying different things.
Yeah.
I mean, lyrically as well, it's
certainly
quite different.
Singing.
No, he don't anyway. He shouts.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the lyrically, it's quite different for punk because he's talking about personal stuff and depression and stuff like that. For the most part. Yeah, but My War, awesome. That's quite punky, but awesome. Can't Decide is good. Beat My Head Against the Wall is awesome. I Love You is a great riff. Yeah, the last two are okay.
I wouldn't describe them as riffs, Eric.
I Love You, great riff. It's a great riffs.
A riff, but you showed a riff. It was just like
for a bit, and then it changes to something else.
It just sounded like someone assaulting their guitar. Like, it sounds to me like the Royal Society of Protection of Guitar should go around and visit them and like take their instruments away from them for being mean to them.
Yeah, I mean one thing I would say though, if you're not really a Black Flag, then hearing them guitar solos is a bit fucking weird because they're like really out of tune, but.
You reckon deliberately?
It's kind of deliberately.
It's kind of like guitar noise. But to be honest, I'm saying
it's guitar noise.
I'm saying disparaging things, but I didn't mind it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's kind of like like tapping my feet. It's like this is you know. Maybe the alcohol helped actually. I feel quite pissed actually since I'm only my second beer.
I've got 12.
I know I've got 12 to go now, but. I was going to just fucking go to bed now. I've got to have a little afternoon nap. But anyway, but I was kind of like chilling out to it. Just like tapping my foot. Like
I think you enjoyed the changes a little bit, maybe. The general sound is
Yeah,
right, it's weird.
Maybe because of years of metal and whatever, you kind of get used to like things not sounding harmonic and fucking beautiful. You know, a bit of ugliness, and there was definitely some weird ugliness going on, like the fucking time signature changes or whatever. And he's just like, well, it's hard to sort of do his vocals, but he's kind of like.
So anyway, the lineup is Henry Rollins is vocals, Greg Ginn is a guitar, Bill Stevenson is drums, and Dale Nixon is bass. But in fact, there's no such person as Dale Nixon. There's actually Greg Ginn. He did the bass on it. They didn't have a bass player at the time.
I think you were saying as well that there's no overdubbing of like rhythm guitar, so you go straight from like whatever riff he's doing to his solos, if you can call them them.
There's no rhythm guitar overdub. There's no overdubbing at all, really. Like, Slip It In, the next album was very similar as well. Yeah, none of that.
And so there's a couple of bits like where you can imagine like punks fucking moshing to or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's too much that comes in. It just goes like kind of, I don't know what you even call it, like
just weird.
Yeah. Just sort of twangly guitars, but not beautiful or blinking melodic or anything.
No.
But just sort of twangy and he carries on sort of shouting over the top of it and. It's just, it's almost like...
I'm glad he's got that reaction.
It's like punk jazz or something like that.
Punk jazz is a good way to describe it. But we're on to the B-side now, and this is different. This is like I said, like they're brought into the party as being one of the inventors of Doom, really, along with like the early bands.
But you said they were label mates of Sid Vicious.
Yeah, label mates of Sid Vicious, and they toured
around this time?
Yeah.
And you reckon even the guitar tone of this Invitus guy sounds like the guitar tone?
Very similar, especially in the riffy area.
Yeah.
Definitely have a similar sound. Obviously some fighters were more doomy and the Focalist was more melodic. But they did have quite a similar sound and they're on the same label. This next side is definitely... kind of
not epic doom, no, sorry, just like
it's what you've heard now. Imagine what you've heard now, but slow.
Right.
It's quite. You'll hear it. It's weird.
It's different.
It's different. And it's slow and doomy in it, and the
that's
punks
quite
are
a weird
confused.
thing to do. Like you said, you said they didn't give a shit. They upset the punks and they didn't give a fuck.
No.
And they weren't selling out to be like anybody else. They were just doing it because to have two sides of like an album, the first side and have the B side completely different.
Well, they admitted they were into some of the old heavy metal bands like Black Sabbath and all these, the punks were a bit confused, but they still used to come out to the shows.
Yeah, I think it would be a bit confusing.
And they started growing their hair and all
it's
that.
like every scene though, when you think about it, we think everyone had the knee-jerk reaction against Kreator with what they did with this album. It's kind of, in fact, that's kind of the theme of the show. This is a Kreator album that came out of nowhere and surprised people and upset thrash purists. And that's an album that came out and upset the punk purists when it first came out.
Yeah.
So hit that B-side.
Right, let's doom it up.
I'm ready for some doom dancing.
Yeah.
With some Marcolin style vocals.
No. Screaming, mate.
Oh, okay.
And speaking.
Right. Come on, get in there, album. Hurry up.
Good songs these though. What do you think of that? How different was that?
It was very different, yeah. It was very same kind of production and kind of rawness, but it was like punk doom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The beginning riffs didn't go fast at all.
No.
It was just like slow. It was like a doom demo from like the 80s. Well, the 80s. Yeah, it had to be. But like you saying it's one of the first ones doing that kind of sound, you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, some fighters were out at the same time. They did do their first album in '82, but it wasn't released in '84.
Right.
So this came out in '83, and all the doom bands didn't really have their first album in '84. Cannonmass was '85, I think, their first one. So it kind of does predate a lot. But I mean, Nothing Left Inside, the first one's awesome. I love that.
It's just like slow. I'm tired now. I can have a nap. You know, it's one of them kind of like slow, kind of like just slow. Not quite funeral doom, but you know. But there wasn't an awful lot of solos in it or anything like that. There was kind of just that little lead.
A lot of noise and sort of ski whiff solos again and screaming.
Yeah, and also I thought he didn't do so much vocals. Like he left. There was more of a kind of maybe a structure or maybe a simpler structure compared to the weird jazz fusion whatever they were doing in the first side. Yeah, it was interesting. It was alright.
I remember like when Nothing Left Inside kicks in straight away, you were like, yeah, that's a Doom riff.
You can hear it. It's really, you hear the riffs are doomy.
Yeah.
But like low production sounding Doom, you know what I mean? That's what makes it sound like an old demo tape. Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting.
But you can you can see why the bloody real punks must have been, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They must have been gobbing them like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Or not gobbing on them. I can never work out if it only gobbing them if you like them, is it? And you don't gob on them if you do like them.
I just think they like gobbing.
Oh, it's like gobbing. Okay, cool.
To be honest though, like it's a little bit of a myth. That kind of went on a bit. But to be honest, if you gobbed on a punk band, they'd probably kick your head in.
Yeah, I won't blame them.
Yeah, I remember. I never forget. I don't know why it's just popped me in, but I never forget.
Nice, is it?
This female-fronted punk band called Penetration from around '78 onwards. There's a live gig, and this fucking idiot fucking geezer's just throwing beer on her like that.
Yeah.
The crowd beat the shit out of him. It's hilarious. They just beat the shit out of him. So you know, so it wasn't always cool to do stupid things like that, you know. But anyway, yeah, weird album.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, those.
I like it.
Yeah, it was different. I mean, I've never listened to Black Flag before, to be honest. I don't know if I ever will again either, but you know, but it was like, okay, so I've learned something about them at least.
Yeah, well,
and
that's different.
That second half was very different.
Yeah.
You know, if you played that to me and said, what kind of band is this? What genre is it?
Yeah.
I would have thought it was just like a raw doom band, like. To be honest, like fucking recording in their bedroom, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the studio was. I don't know what the studio was like, but you know, I've fucking known bands who record better in their kitchens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Better production.
Yeah, you say
But it had a nice kind of like.
It sounds crisp, but it's not like it sounds shitty.
It's just
raw.
It's weird. Yeah, I know. It's hard to fucking put a description on it.
But then again, even the first side is different to their own stuff.
And it sounds like it's like done in one take, and you think you go, oh, they fucked that up. Oh, no, maybe they'll get it better when they actually come to record it properly. Yeah. But this is they've actually recorded it properly, and this is how they decided they wanted it to go. So
I can't imagine there was many takes. Or maybe even any.
Well, it must have been because he did the bass as well, didn't he? So he must have gone through it.
Yeah.
Bass one time, guitar next time, whatever. But it was actually a little bit of almost a bass, not solo, but it was a little bass.
Yeah,
the bass came to the fore for a bit then, for a second, which I don't remember he doing on the first half.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely check out the second half of that album if you want to hear some proto doom from a punk band.
Proto doom's a good way to describe it actually.
But which one did you prefer the most?
Well, the funny thing is, I think I do like this album. So I'll go Black Flag. I do like Kreator, that album as well, though. But
you liked it more than you remembered.
No, around the same.
Well, around the same. You were like, oh yeah, the vocals are shit, and then
I still think the vocals are shit.
This song was really slow, and then Europe After the Rain came on, and you went, oh, actually, no, this is fucking good. No, you're right. No,
I like it.
There's a few. There's a few misses, a few hits. I think the good songs. Fucking up here. Then the other songs are mediocre, kind of down here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas that one, I think I was sure if a few more listens I'd enjoy that, but I didn't mind it anyway. It wasn't like I was going, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Second half, because I had a few beers, I was kind of like I could have nodded off, but not like I'm bored. More like it was just relaxing me, kind of, you know, that kind of doom vibe. And it definitely had a real kind of like a raw doomy sound to it, but like with not trying to have proper doomy vocals. Yeah. Because he had like the kind of punky vocals going over some doom riffs, but it wasn't the same amount of singing it was doing on the first half, but it was singing really quite constantly, like very few stops.
But I do like the first one, some kick.
There were whole sections of just like dum 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 dum, kind of like, you know, the doom way, and then it'd come in with some, you know, rather than do like a high pitch like, oh, please let me die, and sort of like,
it's more more screamy and talky.
Yeah, it was punk doom, definitely. Some weird punk doom punk.
There you go.
I'm surprised more people haven't tried that actually. Haven't tried that style more. Yeah. But I don't know if there are some bands that might be like that I'm just not aware of.
But I think that side influenced doom bands as well. You know, it's quite, it's got a bit of notoriety. But I like the A side as well. I mean, My War, Can't Decide, Beat My Head, I Love You. I think are really kick-ass songs. So.
I think I'd have preferred the B-side.
Oh yeah, I thought you would do.
Yeah, just because. The A side was weird though, wasn't it? Quite expected.
Quirky.
Yeah. Quirky, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
cheers for tuning in.
Yeah.
We're about to go and drink some more beers for our Beer Guys show.
Yeah.
So we've got another 12 beers to go. If you don't hear anything from us for about a week, we're probably in hospital.
Yeah.
Having our stomachs pumped.
We'll
be fine. We're managed, we're big fat boys, we're managed.
Exactly.
And hopefully we're back next week to do some more vinyls.
Yes.
Comment down below if you enjoyed it. Check out his online radio show, Metal Devastation Radio.
Yeah.
Check out my podcast.
Nice.
Keep an eye out for my interviews that I've been doing at the moment on my channel as well. Hoping to grow them and do more interviews with metal bands, as I go on with the channel. Show some support. Show some support because it makes me want to carry on doing more if I get fucking comments and shit.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. And girls,
And
of course.
girls.
Lovely girls.
Ladies.
Yeah.